it was just soon after that, like, those white folks, man, I ain't trying to be racist, but this is what I'm saying, is that, like, they reached out to us to put something together because they heard that me and this kid, Dwayne, was doing a radio show at Randolph College. It used to be Randolph Woman College. Now, not Randolph-Macon in Richmond, Randolph College in Lynchburg, Virginia. It used to be Randolph-Macon Women's College, all right? So we was doing a show there. They were like, yo, you want to do something more live, maybe some live music, whatever. So anytime you do a live music event in let's say a diverse area that's not like urban, like a whole bunch of black people, whatever, you're going to have the guitars and shit come out first. Like, them the people that's going to always come to your open mic or what have you. But as it gets more popular in a place where cats don't really have mics to rock on, hip-hop going to come through or whatever. And that's when the event started to make money. Like, we had motherfuckers standing on tables and shit. It was so packed in there some nights or whatever. So it was so dope that people was coming in, sitting in. I'm like, what these old white couples sitting in here, like, just looking like they out of their element. And they were looking to buy the place. So they bought the place and then tried to replace, kept Dwayne, because he's a little lighter than me. No shade, just what it was. And tried to, like, move on with my event. Needless to say, that lasted like a week. And, cats wasn't going to do that. A couple still tried to come through because they wanted to perform. I didn't look at it as no shade towards me or whatever, but for the most part, people were like, yo, we're not going forward, without Sky or whatever. But what I'm getting at is that they were attempting to start something, like, yo, we'll be coming down here on the regular, and then we could start doing, and then y'all could start bringing your artists up there or whatever, and it never got to get off the ground because the event, ended or whatever, man. So it was a lot of, like, seeds attempted to be, planted back then or whatever. So it's crazy with the whole Noah O and Charged Up and all that or whatever. It's just really, like, really 6 degrees of separation when you think about it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, I've had the privilege, and I call it the privilege and honor of being affiliated with some very, very strong, I don't want to say, and I hate saying it this way, but it's the only way to say it, but some strong labels, some strong independent labels. Donland, Charged Up, Ice, and it's just the whole, I guess you can say, the spectrum of how all of those operated. Because I've gained knowledge and connections through all of them. Because with Donland, I got to meet one of my idols, Clark Kent. Like I used to tell Los, he was like, who's one of your favorite DJs? I'm like, my favorite DJ of all time? Besides Jazzy Jeff and, Terminator X, Red Alert. I said, but Clark Kent. I said, man, I always loved Clark Kent. I was like, there's something about Clark. He do a party, everything. I was like, yo, I said, Mr. C could do a party, and I'll be like, yeah, Clark Kent do a party? I'm like, yo, I gotta go. I said, Kid Capri could do a party, and I love Kid Capri. But I'm like, yo, I gotta do a Clark Kent party. So fast forward to the Lowe's birthday party, and we at the party, we jamming. He was like, yo, I want to introduce you to somebody. I'm not gonna lie, man, I was like a fan. Like, I literally sat there with my mouth open. Was like, yo, that's Clark Kent. And that's all I said. I was like, yo, that's Clark Kent. Like, I'm smiling like a little kid. So meet him, dap him up and everything. And I was like, yo, that was like one of the greatest nights of my life. But to, for the move, carry on, just the connection and the foundation and a lot of the things that, I've learned through just the independent, not even, dealing with Trigger the Gambler and, the whole label that he was on. But it was just, you learn a lot and you see a lot of the workings with an independent label. And then the ones that, even like, SMG, you see that they can, and Charged Up, they generate income and it's income that's coming back. It's not divvied up between 500 people before you even get to the artist. No, it's income coming to artist and label, and it's broken down, and I like that route a lot better.
All right. Well, yo, man. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'll tell any artist, to do that. You don't need a major label. You need to just build your fan base and do that. And as for me as a DJ, it all started with Donland being able to carve out. I'm not, I guess you can say, piggybacked on any artist. Like, for a while I was piggybacked on Trig. Whatever Trig did, I got a portion of that. Well, that's not how I wanted my deal, but that's how it was being on that major label. Pardon me. So that's how that was. So coming to an independent label, my whole thing was, I don't care, like, I DJ for free for Charged Up. And the way Chubb had it, okay, you DJ for free, but how do you want your deal structured? Because that man gonna get his money, he do a show, he do an event, what are you gonna get? So it was like, okay, I get a portion of XYZ from this. But if I do a project and I can make money off of it, I do it. Whatever I do at the club, pardon me for coughing. Whatever I do at the club, I can use the label to garner more people. That's all me. I'm not kicking that back. There's not a percentage going in. And that's what I liked about it, man. I had so much free reign. And with Donland, that's what started the whole concept of the commission albums. And plus, everybody was doing mixtapes. And I wanted to do something different. But that's what started the whole concept, because I wasn't tied or bound like a normal DJ would be. I had free reign to think as an artist, because, like, and Los said this, and Los always says this, you may be a DJ, but you're an artist. You're an artist that happens to be a DJ. So the DJ part is your artistry. So let that flourish. And it's like, all right, cool, boom. And I took that and ran with it. But yes, that was my whole, thing with the independent labels, and how much you learn and how much you grow from them versus a major label. You can learn a lot from a major label, but what you learn from a major label is by, I guess you could say, trial and error. What you learn through an independent label is because of the work you have to put in, because you're going to work. Don't get me wrong, you're going to work. Like independent radio, you're going to work. Like you work every day. So that was the whole thing with that.
Hey, yo, man, I want to thank you, man, for all you do. And, I'm going to put you on the spot. I need those mixes. Now that you at the crib, I need mixes, man. I need old school. I need new school. I need R&B. I need reggae. All that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, but like, real shit. Like, all jokes aside, man. When my homie Jason Bourne, passed or whatever, it's crazy, right? Because the last message I sent to him was like, yo, man, thanks for always supporting the show. Could you and your artists give me some drops? And he was like, on it. And I'm gonna let them know right now. And then like 2 days later, I start seeing all these cryptic messages about, wake up and, come out of it. And he was in the hospital. Still don't really know what happened, man. But like, this is the second time in maybe like 5 years that like I started to like link up with somebody, and we had like started to like officially like work together. And for some reason, God didn't want to see that through. And I just think that like we be procrastinating, and on both sides, not me, just me and you, just everybody, like, because the circle is so talented that everybody got their own stuff. And, we'll support each other. We'll share each other links. We'll tune in each other's shows, what have you. But we hardly ever, like, take the time to, like, link up and, like, really, work together. So, like, any events that you have going on, send me the flyer, and I'll be proud to announce it on the show. When you get back to teaching, if you need to raise some money for supplies or whatever, I'll be proud to help you out, with anything, like that, man. I just want to thank you for all you do. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, but
wait,
I
hold
gotta
up.
cut you off because guess what?
What up?
Because I gotta say this before you do that. But you know what? And you're absolutely right. And I do owe you that. But guess what? Remember, who was management on my third album? Or hold up, third album.
Yeah, me.
Exactly. So I was like, hold up. I was like, oh man. I was like, I gotta let everybody know. Sky was one of the executive producers of the Return of the Commission. So I just got to put that out there, let everybody know. It's not. It's some stuff that I need to do for him, but he worked on. You and Mickey worked on like that project with me, and I have to say again, I had free reign to just like do whatever, and I don't know, man. I working with you has always been fun, and this is why. Because you like, and I'm gonna tell everybody this: whoever works with Sky, they're gonna agree with me. It's fun. You're gonna have fun, have a ball. But Sky's a hard ass, man. When he tell you a deadline, he wants that deadline the day before. If Sky says I need it April 16th, he wants it April 15th. Just to put it out there for everybody who's gonna work with him. But you're gonna have a ball working with him.
Let me tell you something about that. I used to
get inboxed that we running over, so we're gonna continue the rest of T-Dub's interview on tomorrow night's show. It's running a little long, so we're gonna have to break it in to two different interviews, man. I appreciate my guy being willing to kick it with me as long as he did, and to be as open as he was about all the things he's got going on with his team, with his movement. The fact that he's actually giving back, and teaching, that's a great thing as well. We need more black men teachers, man. So glad he's stepping up and filling that void. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Bando, Jerusalem, Jarafe X, of course, the twins, Vonnie, Rise, he was in for a minute. T-Dub, appreciate you, man, once again. And everybody, Barry, Bree, anybody within the sound of my voice, Danny Lopez, he was on the check-in as well, all the way from Belgium, praying for y'all over there as well, because he's under quarantine just like we are, man, and it's way worse where he's at, man. So let's everybody be safe, be sensible. I said this at the top of the show, that being concerned and being aware is not equivalent to overreacting. And don't care about anything people, fool you into doing something that you shouldn't be doing, or just blatantly disobeying directives, whatever they are for your particular state. The only way this is going to get better is if we stop the spread of it. And as long as we got people talking about, I don't care, it's my birthday, or it's my birthday weekend, or it's my spring break, it's my time to live, and other nonsense that tried to justify them probably blatantly spreading the virus or whatever. Until all of that gets under control, there's still going to be pockets of people getting sick. All those people that we saw on video at spring break were from all over the country. So if anybody had it spread, then they got on planes and went all across the country, and it's spreading it again. So I just hope people come to their senses. And last but not least, Anybody that says that Chinese virus, you're racist.